turning on recording, and we're live.
Yay!
Welcome. It's Oops All Opinions, episode
It is.
23.
Whoa.
My voice is that of relax, and I hope it makes you feel relaxed. And can you, that one chick, give your voice?
My
She
voice
cannot.
is that of some one chick, that one chick and you hear on your Spotify.
Yes. And this is a podcast all about where we give our opinions that are asked for in a way because we read Reddit stories about, am I the asshole? Are you the asshole? Do you have an asshole? It's not clear to us.
One of our should be assholes. This we can go. One of our topics should be assholes, but it's not about am I the asshole. It's just asking like people's opinions on butts.
Is my butthole okay? And you know what?
Is
Typically,
my butthole?
it's a hemorrhoid.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah. Or that would be kind of fun. Interesting. That should be put in the polls. Which, speaking of, we do polls on at least Spotify. You can listen to us on Spotify. I think I'm doing this at the wrong time,
Hey,
but
that's okay.
I just started thinking about polls. And you can vote on what topic we should do next. We can get into some other stuff before we talk about the topic of the day. Even though this live, it's not. People don't know what it is, but if you're listening to it on Spotify, you see it. But no spoilers for people who tune in live, which we do at every other Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central.
Yes.
On Kick and
Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
You nailed it. Yeah. You did so good.
And
so
I did it so before the time.
Hey, they'll know. They'll be like, you know what? I'm glad they told me, and now I can quit listening. Just kidding. Please keep listening. At this point, I'm pretty sure it's us, but you never know.
I have a great time listening back.
I do too. I laugh like an egomaniac at our. I'm like, that was funny.
That was funny. I don't hear it the first time, but the second time, God, we're funny.
It is funny. It's the only downfall of listening is sometimes I'll hear a different piece of the story that I clearly missed the first time, and then I get hung up on that, and I'm like, no, you didn't hear that piece.
Yeah, then we become the audience that tells us that we messed it up.
I know, and then I have to bully you virtually, and I send you letters, and I'm like, I don't even like what you're doing. And sometimes a gay book, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God. Have I talked about that on here?
You did.
I did. Oh, I haven't gotten any other actual hate mail, but
one's on the way. You'll be surprised.
Okay, thanks.
Just kidding. It wasn't me. I'm not a bad person. So one thing we do like to do on this is kind of identify times of when these go out, just so we can listen back and be like, oh yeah, that major event happened.
Well, has anything major happened?
You know, there was once again the at least 1,000 school shootings. No, it's probably like 200 or 300 at this point.
Probably just in 25.
Yes, so gun violence is still a big issue here, and it is not something that we should take lightly, and it's something that should be focused on more over other things.
Please. We love regulation.
Yes.
We should look more into gun regulation.
Yes.
And that's, I feel like, should be able to be said across the board, yet here we are.
Yes.
So.
And
again, I was going to say, again, in a lot of states, I believe in November, it's not on my calendar, our election, it's an election, I don't know words, but there's an election coming up. Please be registered to vote.
Yes.
There are many sites to be able to tell if you're registered to vote. I've been getting stuff in the mail that is like, I think a resident at your home hasn't registered, and I'm like,
the ghost in your house.
It's me. I'm registered, so you might get things in the mail. Please pay attention to them and register to vote, and please go out and use that right while we still have it to vote.
Yes.
In this country, we are in the U.S., so I don't know what's happening in other places. I should pay more attention. Yet here we are.
A hundred percent. Banning that. I'm pretty sure that's the account that says stuff to us every single time. Okay.
It's true. It's
Um,
always the same wording.
yeah, and also just, speak kindness into the world. If you use religion to spew hate, you're kind of, you know, opening yourself up
You're
to
kind of,
you're a bad person. So
and
just
you're kind
speak
of an
love in the world.
asshole.
A hundred
But
percent.
you believe you get to be on this
Oh,
podcast
I
if that's
remember
what
what I
you're
was gonna
doing.
say. If
Please, yes.
if you are defending someone by saying, well, you're taking that out of context, maybe they're just a bad person and maybe they're saying shitty stuff, because what context could that be taken better in? So I just think that's not a good defense, and maybe just don't say
No.
shit that people could take out of context.
Yeah, hey, maybe that's, or if the context is, oh, something before that's like, I would never say this, then sure, that's good
Yeah.
context. But if the sentence before is, hey, what's your opinion on this specific,
Mm-hmm.
enter this specific type of group of people, and then you respond with something that's really shitty.
Yeah. And also, if you're a public figure, you're probably not listening to us. But if you are, don't say shit like that. That can be taken out of context like that. Don't be like, I would never say that. I would never say gays should be stoned to death. That's crazy stuff. Why would you ever say that together if you're a public figure? So, another milestone this week is the Summer I Turned Pretty finale came out tonight. You are currently watching it, which this is
I'm in
kind
the
of on the
process.
same realm. I feel like sometimes Conrad fans are a little homophobic slash biphobic because I hear so much stuff. He's the older
I just
one.
know them by their faces. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
so
thanks.
Jeremiah is the one that is bisexual. And I hear that reasoning given a lot where they say Jeremiah's too experienced. You just mean he's sleeping with dudes, is what you're actually saying. Yesterday, I had a girl say to me, isn't he the one that's like kissing guys? And in a tone that made me think that's kind of homophobic.
Oh no.
Yeah,
People
so
say stuff out loud, and that,
yeah.
that is homophobic. Hey, you
Hey,
said that out loud? That's homophobic.
yep. I was like, oh, I'm going to leave this
Gotta
conversation because
go.
we cannot actually. Granted, I know their political affiliation. They've posted about it before, but, you know, I know what they are. I know what you are.
Okay.
MAGA. Say it. MAGA.
Hey,
My Discord crashed. Oh, that was spooky.
what happened?
They got me.
Oh, hey, just so you know, they can see your whole screen.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Okay.
I don't know why it's not letting our actual call work. Uno momento.
Okay. Oh. Do, do I need to get out and back in? Oh, I see you. Oh, hi, Sam.
To turn the stream off. All right. So Sam's
Turn
featured.
it off.
He's kind of like the
Oh.
old cartoons, like Cartoon Network, where you couldn't see the face. It was just the adults were like the chin up.
The thing is, as a kid, I never realized I wasn't seeing their faces.
Oh, I always thought, oh, that's his butt. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ow.
But you are watching the show. How do you feel about it so far?
Okay, I'm not that far in.
Okay.
I think I'm only on episode like 3 or 4.
They're long.
But I only started. They are, they are long. And speaking of long,
It's a Bix.
it's a Bix, which is the kitty cat. I really like it. It sucks you in. It is. I think we talked about this. It is a little cringy.
Oh, it's so
I
cringy.
kind of. I kind of hate all of them a little
Yeah.
bit, but then I come back and realize that I'm watching this. It just is going to be
Yeah.
that way. Um, but I really like it. I kind of wish I wish she would have just been cool with Cam, even though if someone was like, let's go out and then we only look at whales that may or may not be there, but from the shore, I'd be a little, I'd take me out to the
Yeah.
boat. But other than that, I really liked Cam. Is or was, I don't know if he's coming back, was very cute, was very nice.
So right now you're
Also,
team
what
Cam
they did,
Cameron.
Cam Cameron.
Yep.
Yes. When they were at the drive-in and their little hands were getting closer,
I know. It
I
didn't
was
make it took you back.
screaming.
It was like that was us
Yes.
thinking back. Although we got stood up at the drive-in, but close enough.
It was close enough, honestly. And it just takes you back to when you were like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
It was so cute. Like, that was cute. I think that's where like you have to go to this is your younger self watching it, not 31. But I do think it's good. I'm interested in all the drama and all the things. I have gotten to the point where her and what's his butt almost kissed and then spoiler, sorry.
Yeah,
And then
no, it's fine.
and then the firework got shot off.
I'm on his side with that.
Oh, same. I think that's, and he didn't shoot it at them.
No, he just was like, "Hey, don't do that." Also, she has a
Yeah.
boyfriend. He has like a girlfriend at this time, or someone he's like talking to. I think I don't remember her name.
Yes.
Nicole.
Mm.
He has some
Oh,
girl.
yes. And she really likes him. And he clearly makes her think that he likes her.
Thank you.
Whether or not they're
Okay,
exclusive.
you are on. I. Okay, here's my PSA for any young girls: do not go find a Conrad. Don't go get
And
a
people are
Conrad.
trying to.
They romanticize Conrad. He's the popular pick. Everyone loves Conrad from the jump. They want him and Belly together, and they're like, read the book. He's actually worse to Belly in the books. He's kind of mean.
See, okay, so I think that you can tell he's going through something and blah, 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 and things are happening. And so you can give that to him. Also, how old are these children?
He's okay. So Belly is 15 when it starts.
Yes, he just turned 16.
Yes. Steven and Jeremiah are the same age, and I believe they're like a year older than Belly. So they're 16. Conrad is
But
17.
I think they're talking about going to college next year.
Yeah, so but I think that they're like a year and a half older than Belly, and then Conrad's 2 years older than Belly, or supposed to be. Which would make him
So confused by
18.
their
That would
ages.
make sense. Yeah. But is he in college
Okay.
at that time, or?
To me, he went to college, and maybe I'm wrong, but how I understood it was the two boys are about to go to college. They're about to be in their freshman year. And Conrad just got back from his freshman
You're
year in
right then.
college.
Which also, again,
that right?
to me, creeps me out. Because, yeah, she's
Me
15 going on
too.
16, but, like, she's too young.
Even I was 18 when I got home from my first year in college. Even if you're
Well,
18, you've already
because he stops playing
been
football,
around.
is what they talk about in the first season, which
Right.
I assumed was high school football. But maybe not.
See, I assumed college. I assumed he went and then he
Ooh,
quit
I'm going to look
and he
it
wasn't
up.
going back.
I'm going to look it up.
Maybe I didn't understand, but that's how, and maybe I got that idea because I thought the two boys who are the same age were about to go into their freshman year.
So it says,
Because he
okay.
said,
Yeah.
Steven said about their job, something about him getting money so he doesn't have to live with his mom next year.
Okay, because this AI overview says in season 1, Belly is 15 or 16, turning 16 during the summer, and Conrad is 17, about to be 18.
Then how old are the other ones?
I
that
think they're
changes my,
16.
like,
I think they're
Okay,
16.
I-
They're all, well,
Sorry.
no, they'd have to be, if they're a year apart, they'd have to be 17. But that timeline
Yeah.
doesn't make sense for Conrad and Jeremiah to be born.
Mm-mm.
I don't know, but he's a little too old
Okay.
in my opinion, regardless, for her.
I think so too. For a 15-year-old, even if you're 18, I think 15 is too young,
Yes.
especially if one of you is out of high school.
Yes.
You're good. Um, but I can see because he treats, we're gonna call her Nicole right now because I don't remember her name.
I don't know.
He treats her like in person nicer, but he doesn't like her then.
No.
He does that thing where when they're together, he's like treating her kindly,
Mm-hmm.
but then when they're apart, he doesn't text her or something.
Yeah, okay, so once you find out what it is he's going through, that is the excuse
Okay.
that everyone lives through the rest of the series. And I don't like it because it's something that affects both brothers eventually. So like
Okay.
people I don't know. I can't wait for you to get through it because like yeah.
Okay.
Also, they had the series finale tonight, but they just announced a movie. It doesn't need a movie. I'm just going to say that. Getting through the
No,
series, it does not need a movie.
no, don't do it. Leave the people with what they want.
Yeah, no, it was good enough of a finale. But okay. So, let's get to our topic. So, as you mentioned, we
Yes.
voted. Um we did. And we're trying to do like
Yes.
it's now the Burr months. We're leading into spooky season, so
Mm.
we only are going to do spooky topics of some sort. Um
And it's because we do every 2 weeks, so it's
yes.
not like you're getting a topic every week. So we only
Yes.
have so many times. So that's why we're starting in September.
Yes. So, we both agreed to do the topic of witches because we are going to be going to Salem very soon.
Very
So
soon. I'm so
I
excited.
will say, not a lot of topics about witches that I could find. So they're just not assholes.
I I pulled mine. So I have one from, let me get it right. I have one from Am I the Asshole, one Confessions, and one from True Off My Chest.
Thank you, because I only found them in Am I the Asshole? So that makes me feel
And
better
some
that
are
hopefully we
bad.
don't have, yeah, some weren't great. I don't think we'll have the same ones then, or we might, but I want to
It's okay.
ask you, how do you feel about witches and Wicca, witchcraft, however, like what do you feel?
So this is like an odd intro into witchcraft, but I was raised very religious in the church. And so after I kind of deconstructed the church part of that, I still feel like there is something bigger than me. So I think I've talked about that before on here too, which is wild. Something is bigger than me, and I think that finding that there there's a Christian to witchcraft pipeline.
There is.
And so I think I've turned, even if it's not how some people may see
Mhm.
um witchcraft, I see it as more of a self with the world, with the earth, more or less. um Again, there's still another turn into it that I'm not really a, some people get really, it becomes another religion at that point, and
Yes.
that's where um I'm not there. But I do like the, you know, the what's the word? So
Manifestation.
intuition is one thing. Yeah, manifestation of things and using your intuition, using your own body, trusting yourself, trusting the earth.
Mhm.
um I've always liked that. And here's the thing, Christianity kind of had that. We just use different words for it.
Mhm.
So it's still those same feelings, it's just different words. So it's been kind of fun to find that within me
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
So all that, I enjoy it, but I do think that some people can get further than I am comfortable with.
Yes.
But
I feel like when learning about people who were defined as witches, it was like, oh, those are weirdos who only do like dark magic and stuff.
yeah.
Which, don't yuck someone else's yums. But agreed. I feel like growing up as in a Christian household, which you were very heavily involved in the church. Mine was like you had a dad who's a preacher. My
Yeah.
family would attend, but they're still very Christian in their own right. But yeah, I think you're taught that it's evil to explore anything else and look into anything else. And like once we were knowing that we were going to go to Salem, it's for my bachelorette trip. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
You kind of start to look into and just find out that, it's its own belief system that is very loving and very earth centric. And I would almost define it as more feminine focused, whereas I feel like
Yes.
Christianity is very male centric, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell me I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels like everything puts men on a pedestal. And I think the pipeline, which, like you mentioned, and now people are poking holes in all sorts of beliefs, like Adam didn't eat the apple, but Eve did. But why does Adam have an Adam's apple? Blah blah blah. So
Mm-hmm.
agreed that I think it's a good idea, and we talked about this on the religious episode. Is explore, find out more. Don't just do what you're told. Like, don't just believe what you're told. Go look into stuff. So, anything that we say that sounds jokey, we are not pointing fun at witches or people who believe in witchcraft. I really respect it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really looking forward to going to Salem after learning so much about the witch trials and how it's basically.
Yeah.
I know the saying's been they were burning women, not witches, but I think that there were still practicing witches because witches can be herbalists, they can be healers, they can be all sorts of stuff. And then one day men decided. I have found out it's more so that it was women that owned land that were widows is who they would target because they wanted
Sure.
land. So,
Got it.
yeah. So, okay.
Great.
So, okay.
Great. So cool.
Love it. So it's odd. So it's me.
Yes. Can I do a quick one of
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw? It's more of a statement.
100%.
This one came from True Off My Chest, but we're gonna go ahead and pretend this came from Am I the Asshole? Okay. And and it's also not about witches, so
Okay.
everything's fine. Okay. Am I the wicked witch stepmother? I'm having a very hard time accepting my stepdaughter's decision to live her life as a male. She's legally an adult. Y'all who are LGBTQ people, I don't want to hear from you. This little blip is for parents and step-parent support. So we're gonna treat that like, am I the asshole? And the answer is yes. Don't use witches in in your title if you don't want me to
Also,
find that.
if you're talking about a child who is identifying, why would you not want the community that would represent them? Like, why are you like, I don't want to hear opinion from people who experience this? Like,
Yep.
okay.
So anyway, found that one, saved it because that sucks, and now everything else is gonna be fun. But that
Okay.
person is an asshole, and grow up.
Yeah. No, love that one. Easy. All right. So I'm going to kick us
Thanks.
off
Easy,
with,
super fast.
am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend that she's not a witch?
Mm.
I'm going to say yes immediately just because I'm like, what's it hurting you?
Yeah.
Okay. I, 26 male, think my girlfriend, 24 female, got bored during the lockdowns last year and has gained an obsession with witchcraft. She keeps saying that she's a witch and she has filled her house with herbs, candles, crystals, rune sets, and weird trinkets. At first, I didn't care because I thought it'd be a temporary thing, but I was very wrong. She gets up at 3 in the morning just to do rituals and spells or whatever it is witches do. My girlfriend burns so much incense that it gives me a headache and makes her house smell strange. I hate it. She also tries to make me drink random herbal teas that taste like shit. I really was trying to be supportive, but it's starting to frustrate me. A few hours ago, I came home from work, and as soon as she saw me, she told me that she senses bad energy and started spraying some mist thing on and around me. So I may have snapped and told her that she was acting crazy and she needs to let this witch thing go because she's not a real fucking witch. My girlfriend was offended and told me I wasn't a supportive boyfriend, that I was acting disrespectful towards her beliefs, and now she's refusing to talk to me until I apologize. Am I the asshole starting to wonder if I should have just kept my mouth shut?
Well, you definitely should have done the last part. But I think that people have, so because you and I have kind of looked into what made people think people were witches before, or what did make people witches, like what people identify as witchcraft, it's not, you're not, is not magic. It's telling people's auras, it's using the crystals, it's using the herbs, it's using those things to be able to manifest. It's not magic in the way that people assume it is. And so I think this, you were going over all of those things, and I was like, wow, that's so cool that she's able to do those things,
I
and
was
she's
like,
really doing
she
it.
is a witch.
And she's like dedicated to it. It is a craft, more or less you practice, and it seems like she's really trying to practice those things. So the whole like you're not actually a witch, that's not true. Like, first of all, you're just kind of wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if that was something that he wasn't into before, or use it as, can I talk about Sam?
Mm-hmm.
He said, I like that for you. I like that you do that and you love doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what it should be. If you're not, if this guy wasn't into it, he should have said something a long time ago, or that saying you're not really a witch was not the way to do it.
No. It's the equivalent of saying someone, like taking someone's religion, because it's its own practice. It's its own spiritual belief. Her only
Yes.
crossing the line was spraying him. Dousing him down,
Yeah,
that's a
wild.
little girl. And then, you know what? But he did have some bad energy.
But clearly he did have bad energy. So she was trusting her gut. She was trusting it, and she was right. But also, like, I love the smell of incense. It makes me very happy. But some people don't, and so it's like, at least for her, she should have that conversation with him. So definitely, hey, have the combos. If you live together, you gotta both be on the same team with things that are going to affect the whole house.
Yes.
Spraying him was kind of
That's
wild.
crazy. But I love that.
But I like that she was doing it. That does make 100%. You a witch.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm someone, I wish I liked incense. I have smelled some that I like. I can't do strong scents, and it's very strong. So I have found some that I do like and I would use. But I think the way that, okay, so overall vote was that he's not the asshole. But people kept calling it a hobby and kind of basically downplaying her beliefs. I think they should break up. Because, like,
oh, please break up.
He does not like her.
No. Because, and now I say this, and there's obviously caveats, but if you're with someone and you're living with them, you want to build something more with them, you gotta take some things they do, or you should talk about it.
Yep.
Before you blow up on them when you walk in the door.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
the way he was describing,
please break up, or please have a conversation.
He was describing what she was doing in a way that almost felt a little mocking of her, and I'm just like, hey, you got to accept the whole person. Yes. And like you said, if he didn't buy into it, you don't have to be like, I don't think you're a witch, but I think just being like, hey, I don't really get it. It's not really, but she should break up with him, and honestly, keep going, girl. I hope you're still practicing.
I really do too. Like, please write in, let us know how it worked out. OP, don't talk to me ever.
Don't ever.
For the girlfriend, please let us know.
Yeah, please let us know.
Please let us know. Okay. Oh, I'm so interested in all of these. Okay. This one came from True Off My Chest. I believe I'm a medium, but I'm skeptical and believe it's all in my head.
Okay.
So not necessarily witch, but I thought medium.
No, I like it. It's in the same realm.
Okay. All right. So, sorry, I got new glasses and I'm having a really hard time being able
They're
to
so
focus. Thank you. But it makes everything look like it's 2D and I'm having a hard time reading. Okay. So despite what you may believe about witchcraft, mediums, paranormal shit, at this point I probably thought about every single possible way to disprove my happenings. But I need to tell someone about it because hell, if I tell my folks or family about it. So obviously, I'm a practicing witch.
Oh, perfect.
I talk with spirits, being pendulum / self-made Ouija board. I've been touched and hurt by spirits, demons, deities. I hear their white noise when they want to talk, seeing them out of the corner of my eye, yada yada. Many of the things they've said have been exceptionally nice, and they've wanted to help me get better and overcome my own depression and anxiety. Many express romantic interest, others just want a friend to hear them talk. But here's the thing. All of them have claimed I'm some sort of new goddess, or I will be when I pass on, and that my workings now have helped so many spirits and needing to continue helping those and spreading my love to all those entities who come to me. But I'm sure as many of you are just about to type, I have my skepticism towards the whole thing. That it's all wishful thinking, middle schooler syndrome, I don't know what that means, daydreaming, all in my imagination, or just downright schizophrenia, or I'm off my meds. Trust me, whatever you're thinking, I probably thought it about myself. But I'm so fucking lonely, touch-starved, and isolated. Yeah, it just may be wanting some sort of companionship. I don't know, but I'm sure that retort you may have, I've probably mulled and seriously considered it. Not really sure what I'm getting out of this, if I'm just venting, looking for advice, because I've told my therapist and I'm surprised I haven't been committed. So, or just screaming into the void. But I just needed to get this off my chest, so yeah, go ahead and tell me what you think. If I'm just crazy and there's no hope for me, just get off the board, damn it, or whatever. I just wanted to put this somewhere out there for someone to see.
Do you believe in the ability to communicate with spirits? Do you believe in those sort of entities?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I think that it's more empathetic people over mediums. I don't know what the differences are. But I think that if there are spirits that we can tell they're there based on life and whatever, then there is someone who can also speak to them or communicate with them in an effective way. I think that if there's one, there's going to be another.
Yeah. I have a heart, so I do believe in it. I will never have a Ouija board in my house for that reason, just because. But the thing that I've encountered with reading through the Reddits of stuff like this is there was one person who was like, hey, I was doing witchcraft, I made a deal, and now I'm hearing voices and someone's knocking on my walls, and people are like, you have psychosis, which, number one, people are throwing psychosis around constantly. It's just a new buzzword. But that was something I was like, how would you know? How would you know if you are schizophrenic or if you're a medium? I do believe in mediums. Yeah. I do believe that people can communicate with spirits. I also believe that there's a lot of frauds who pretend. But I do believe spirits are out there. I do believe people have ghost encounters. And I just was curious on where you stood on that.
Yeah, I do. I think that how do I say this without it sounding like I'm one of those weirdos? But when certain people in my life or people who I just kind of knew of or about, like I didn't necessarily have to know them, but I grieve them in a way that it's so overwhelming until I physically talk to them in my living room. And I don't know if that's a coping thing. I don't know if that's, but like I have full conversations with people who have died in my living room. Mm-hmm. Some people say that's not how it works, and maybe that is just me. But if I think about someone who has passed, we have classmates who have died, and I could not get over them like feeling like they were standing next to me, or we were out. Unfortunately, at our first friend who died, at his funeral, I held hands the entire time with our second friend who died. And so after I found out that our second friend died, I felt his hand in mine until I had a conversation with him. And I don't know it may be grief, since those were all so personal, but also the guy in our town that was found dead last year, I believe. I never met him, but I could not stop thinking about him until I had a conversation with him in my living room.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't always have to be my living room, but it also happened when I was a kid, a very small child.
Mm-hmm.
I moved to our town when I was in third grade, and so I was 8. And a couple years after that, okay, this is just for us. Do you ever decide how old you were based on where we were in the grade school, like which
Yes.
hallway we were in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we were in the like final hallway, so 4th through 6th, so it was somewhere in there. Um, he died. He was shot by his brother, hunting accident. But as a child, so however old that is, 9, 10, 11 in that hallway, I didn't understand that that's what was happening, but he's dead. He sat next to me in my living room of my home, and we talked, and then everything was fine.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I'm one. Please no, I don't know anything about it. I don't really mess with that. I've never been to a haunted house for sure. I want to, so if anyone knows,
I know.
like, let me know. Let me know. I know that's not really your thing, but like,
No,
let me
it
know I
is.
want to
I'm
go.
just a little scared, and I'd want to talk to someone who would know. My biggest thing is being afraid of attachments, because that's a real thing.
Yes.
So I'd want to go.
See, I think if you think like that, you have to. I know you do, but like, you have to kind of believe in spirits if you're a little.
Oh,
afraid of
100%.
like that.
No, I'm convinced my childhood home growing up was haunted.
We used to say we had a ghost downstairs, and we'd yell at him when everything got wrong, and then it'd get better.
Oh, you could hear people running up and down our stairs, which we had a million kids in our house, but that 100% was going on.
Okay, we should low-key everyone vote
Ghosts next
in
time.
our polls if you ghosts.
Yeah.
I have some ghost stories.
Okay.
My college, my God. Okay.
But yeah, I just was
Sorry.
like, yeah, it's no, I'm glad you shared that. But yeah, we can save it for the ghost episode. But yeah, it's
Yeah. But mediums, yes. I do believe there is someone. I agree that some people are frauds. They just are.
Yeah.
There's going to be a fraud in every single thing that people can't prove.
Yep.
Um
I'm
but-
laughing because during the witch trials, I learned about this, that some of the kids would come in and be like, blah, 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 she's touching me, but you can't see it, but I can. And that would be proof enough. And they'd be like, we got to kill her.
We gotta go. No, I heard about that. Where like the kids would just be like, hey, let's pretend.
Now that I
think
got
I
a
learned
witch
about
on
that.
me, yeah, I can see stuff.
Yeah. Let's prove it. They're like beating them up. These kids were just little theater kids.
100%. And also,
That's all it was.
they blame the kids at the end too. They're like, we should have never listened to them. You guys put people to death over what kids said. That's a you problem. That's not the kids.
That's not your problem. You did it.
Also, the little girls that started the whole thing that were just doing witchcraft in the room, I'm like, that's just a sleepover. Hey, if you didn't know, girls' sleepovers growing up, we were just doing weird witchy stuff.
Okay, I never actually did it, but at a mutual friend's house, we would always watch Now and Then, and they would go, do you know that movie?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's four friends who get back together. They're, I don't know how old they're supposed to be, but they are going over their childhood, and they would like go do seances in the graveyard, and I was like, oh, please let me. So we would watch movies about it, but we never did it. But also, she lived in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like there was no graveyard for us to go to.
We could have gone to one by my house, because there was that one that was spooky close to my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, weirdly close.
There was one right outside of town. They were everywhere, but nowhere for us to like sneak out and go to the graveyard.
I know. Okay.
So we would never do them, but we would go out. Yeah. We would watch movies about people.
But imagine someone taking that and being like, "We're gonna go put someone to death because you said that." Okay.
The things that people could be put to death for the things we did.
Okay.
Just kidding.
I have the last two. For my. So I think I'll do this one. Am I the asshole for grounding my daughter for using an evil spell on her deceased mother?
Ooh.
Parenting doesn't prepare you for that.
No. Okay. I'm gonna go with no so far because that seems.
Okay. Um, so my daughter is a frequent user of witches versus patriarchy. As you can imagine, I think it has a negative effect on her psyche. She makes voodoo dolls of people at work, draws magic circles, and the like. She also has really sporadic moods, as sometimes she's really positive, while other times she'll threaten to lightning the house out of existence, which I think is a wizard thing, but okay. Some of the things she comes up with shocks me outright. One time she kept period blood from like a year ago and mixed it with wine, honey, and glue so she could use it to draw a circle. The reason she did this was because she thought she could convert a guy to a state of semi infancy and that he would return to his mom's womb. A recent incident is when she woke me up in the middle of the night asking me to give her an undercut so she could get a Raman tattoo on her scalp. But then she panicked and changed her mind because she said cutting too much long hair at once would damage her life force because it was enchanted. Now to the present. Yesterday we were watching TV during dinner and a news story about how some mom abandoned her kid in a car came on. Daughter made a nasty remark about how she thought mom would have done that to her if she got the chance. I told her that was rude and she murmured an apology. So I thought things were good until I woke up for work and found her drawing a magic circle in the backyard, which she said would curse mom's soul and make her afterlife tedious. So I grounded her. The terms were no iPhone, she can use a flip phone for an emergency when going out, and no Reddit or Twitter for a week. And no playing witch until she apologizes about the situation. She screamed and is crying in her room right now. The reason I came here today is because I'm wondering if I'm an asshole-ish for the punishment. She is old enough to live on her own, but she suffers with a disability, which I will not disclose for safety reasons. And I don't think she'll do very well with the state she's in. I want to have a good relationship with daughter, and I'm scared this witch stuff will hurt not only the relationship, but her life in the long run. So I don't want to come off as mean to her. Am I the asshole?
Honestly, I think that was a decent punishment.
Yes.
Because if you're going to use witchcraft, you can't do it to damn people to a life of
Tediousness.
the tediousness. That's rude. You don't be rude. You
Yeah.
wouldn't be rude to a live person.
Correct.
I actually think that parent did
Yeah.
pretty well.
Which, if she's following the paganism Wicca belief, it's whatever you do, there's a karmic return of threefold. So if you were putting bad
Right.
into the world, I do think in this instance, I think this is going beyond witchcraft and starting to form into a mental illness. And I do believe the daughter probably needs some therapy.
Mhm. Yeah. Maybe that should be add that in, OP.
Yeah.
Go to therapy. But I
Mhm.
do think that, like, hey, no witchcraft. You
Yeah.
have to apologize. No phone. Like, those all seem like things that if she had done something rude to a live person, would also be a good punishment.
Yep.
I don't think that was over the top. I don't think that
Nope.
was assholish at all. If you're trying to affect someone's life, living or dead, their soul, living or dead, I think that was
Yeah.
I think that was
Yep.
good.
I do want to read this comment from this person called Fallen Star 2319. Hi, practicing witch here to give you some perspective. Everything she's done is incredibly dangerous and wrong by most practicing standards. Voodoo is a closed practice, which means she shouldn't be making voodoo dolls. Other side is that a hoodoo and voodoo, they're used for medicine, not harm. If she's using period blood to cast a circle, she's doing something incredibly dangerous. Blood magic is not something to be taken lightly, and its usage can bring a lot of dangerous things into play. Trying to have someone absorbed by their mother's womb after they've already been born is just flat out impossible, not to mention the psychotic method of wanting to take away his mental capacity. And cursing the dead is flat out not possible. She likely thinks she's taking this seriously. What she's doing is putting herself in a lot of spiritual danger. I'm willing to bet that she doesn't know how to actually cast a circle, and she doesn't know the meaning of half of what she's attempting to do. So they go on further about like what she needs to be doing, but I'm just like, yeah, and some people are saying like she's not reading witches versus patriarchy because no one is telling her to do that. Like she's finding other
Gotcha.
stuff. So,
Mhm.
and then other people are mocking the witches. They mocked that person, but again, whatever. Yeah. Boo. But yeah.
No, I think actually that was a good punishment, but also shout out to that commenter, so hopefully
Yes.
that helps the parent be able to understand more and be able to do other things more effectively later. So
100%.
overall, I feel like that was really a
I
good,
agree. Not the asshole.
productive, not the asshole at all.
And that was the vote.
Okay.
So,
Okay, good. But sometimes I fear when it comes to supernatural witchy things, people will say not the asshole to everyone who's, but I think this one was legit,
yes.
not the asshole. So, okay. Am I the asshole for doing witchcraft in the bathroom?
Depends. Are you using period blood?
Period blood. So last night was a full moon on the pagan holiday of Samhain. I, 17 male, was in the bathroom washing out jars and using incense to cleanse them when my sister, 17 female, twins, maybe, knocked on the door. She asked to get in. She asked to get in, and I asked her to wait a second. After a couple seconds, she knocked again and demanded to be let in. At this point, I was starting to get frustrated because she was breaking my focus and distracting me from my work. So I asked her what she wanted, and she said she just needed to fill up a water bowl for the cats. I decided to keep my privacy by opening the door and taking the cat bowl from her. I filled it up and she opened the door without asking me. She scolded me about how I have my own bedroom and how I was rude for closing the door in her face. She said I shouldn't be using the bathroom for this sort of thing, but I needed the sink for water, and I should practice in my own room. I asked her to get out and talk about this later. She refused and pushed the door open more, to which I responded by trying to close it, not with force. I told her she was invading my privacy and to please get out. She refused, and I told her I didn't want to have a discussion when I was upset and trying to do something else because I wouldn't be able to have a mature discussion. She said that she didn't want to talk about it later and asked what she did to upset me. I told her she had invaded my privacy and interrupted me, and she rolled her eyes and left. We both think each other in the wrong, and I will admit shutting the door on her was rude, and I shouldn't have been trying to close it on her while she was talking as well. However, she knows my practice is important to me, and it only took me about 15 minutes in the bathroom. I'm mostly upset about the invasion of privacy and judgment, so am I the asshole for using our shared bathroom for witchcraft?
I don't think anyone's an asshole. And honestly, with you guys both being teenagers, if it played out this way, you're both little sweetie babies. And I love that.
This is actually very cute. No one's the asshole.
No.
She just needed to fill up the water bowl.
Yeah, for her kitty cats. And he was like, I shouldn't have done that. And I'm sorry. Like, no, very sweet. No one's the asshole.
Yeah, no one's the asshole. Next.
Yeah, that one was so cute, though.
I'm excited about people like lighting. I don't know.
No, 100%.
Witchcraft in the bathroom. How exciting! But
no,
it's just them
100%.
doing their
Just having an argument. I shouldn't have shut the door in her face. So sweet.
Oh, that was sweet.
Okay, so for our last one, I don't know why period blood came up twice for mine. I didn't plan this. Am I the asshole for yelling at my roommate to stop keeping her period blood in the fridge?
No. No.
I don't think they teach you this in roommate school. Okay, so I, 21 female, live with my two best friends, Jake, 23, and Jess, 23. Jess is into magic and witchcraft, and a few months ago, she told me that she keeps her period blood in the fridge in case she needs it for a spell. I was super grossed out because she assured me that it was in an airtight jar and in the back of the fridge. I was still grossed out, but I hate confrontation, so I didn't make her take it out. When Jake found out about it, he was super disgusted, but he also hates confrontation and didn't make her take it out either. Fast forward to a few months later, and I got home from work one night, super hungry. Please don't go gross. As I hadn't eaten anything since breakfast, and I quickly started to make myself a peanut butter and jelly. I slathered peanut butter on my bread and go to the fridge to find my mango jelly. I couldn't find it, so I tried to look for Jess's blackberry jam. She had brought at the market. No. Trigger warning. This is too far. That at the farmer's market that was sealed in a jar. We've always been okay with sharing stuff like that, so I knew she wouldn't mind if I take a bit. I noticed it's runny, but don't pay any attention to it. Because when she bought It was very runny, and I just read it was extra runny, but it was a little old. I put a good amount on the bread and decided that was just too runny, and then I smelled it, and then it dawned on me that I was seconds away from consuming her period blood. I was so disgusted that I texted her telling her she was not allowed to do that anymore, and also she wasn't allowed to leave her period-soaked underwear in a container on the kitchen counter anymore either. That's a whole other story. It doesn't need to be. When she got home, we got into an argument, and she told me that by my calling it gross as being anti-feminist and that she doesn't understand why it was disgusting. Jake and I asked her if it'd be okay if we kept a jar of vomit in the fridge, and she said yes, as long as it's airtight. We both then told her it was disgusting and that she wasn't allowed to do that anymore. And she said she would continue to do it until we had solid scientific evidence that her keeping her period blood was disgusting. A lot of other words were said, and she ended up very angry and stormed off. Am I A-I-M-T-A? Am I the asshole? I don't know why they put an M in there. Am I being anti-feminist? Too long didn't read. My roommate kept her period blood in the fridge, and one night I was super hungry and mistook it for blackberry jam and made a peanut butter and period blood sandwich on accident. She called me anti-feminist and got mad at me for not allowing her to keep her period blood in the fridge anymore. It has to be fake.
I
right.
hope so.
The sandwich part,
so.
I hate.
The sandwich part feels fake. People keeping their period blood. Okay. Let me preface this. I am a feminist. We love feminism.
Big fans of feminism.
Big fans over here. I don't. Blood is not. It came from your body.
Your cooch, your jav.
It came from your jav, and like. It's not just that. If someone cut their finger and decided to save their finger blood in the refrigerator, I would be pissed off.
Any body fluid. If you put anything from your body, earwax, boogers,
spit,
urine, sperm, I don't want it in the fridge. Yeah. Airtight or not, that is bad. Don't do that.
What's airtight? Because if you leave something airtight somewhere, the things can still get in there.
No, that needs a hazard bag. Here's the solution. She can have a fridge in her room. Get her a little mini fridge.
That's what I was thinking. A little mini one. The little ones. Keep that in your... Also, hey, what the fuck? Don't put your period panties in the kitchen. Why are those in there?
Also, I'm sorry, if they're going to have it in the fridge, why wouldn't you put a label, period blood?
Please. Make that thing red as hell. Why does it match the jam jar?
And also, how much is in there? Are you stocking it up every month?
So, how'd you get shit like that? Oh, I mean a cup, I guess.
I have a lot of questions actually that are disgusting, but I won't ask them.
Yes, I have questions, but I never want to know the answers.
No. So, also someone said nobody who has a period could mistake it for blackberry jam. Oh, it actually gets gross. I'm not going to read the responses to that. So, no.
Do we know that OP was a woman?
Yes. No, OP was a, yes, 21 female.
Okay.
Jake is the male, and then Jess is a female.
Yes.
Wait, Jess is the one with the period.
Yep.
Got it.
Yes.
I just say you can do what you want in your witchcraft. If you have a communal fridge, don't put bodily fluids in it.
Nope.
In any way.
Nope. Yeah. I think in hospitals they put bodily fluids in other things. Also, hey, to back the comment that anyone with a period would know the difference, have you refrigerated your period blood? How do you know?
But also, that's assuming that there's no bits in there, because periods, hey, educational, our audience is, I think, all women. But educational, there is stuff in there. But there's clods. That's what I'm saying. So it could be mistaken because there's clots. There's pieces of tissue.
With that comment.
No, agreed.
Yeah. Yuck. Yuck, ew.
Not to the witch, but also, girl, don't put that in a fridge where other people are going to be. Also,
That's my thing.
Yeah. And also, yeah, don't put your panties in the kitchen. Why can't you do that in the in your own bathroom or in your room?
But and if you have a shared bathroom, I assume we're washing them because like period underwear has to be washed.
Yeah.
Wash it and then dry it in your room. I don't understand what's going on with those. If nothing else, because I get power to the periods we love, but also that's blood.
And that's the thing too. I'm
That
like,
that
I wouldn't
shouldn't
want
happen.
someone else's anything.
No.
Like even a
So
tissue. That's gross to me.
yes, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to touch other people's bodily fluids unless I have asked specifically or we've kissed multiple times.
Perfect. All right. You gonna
Okay.
round us out?
I have. This one is just a confessions.
Love it. Okay.
Okay. I was a part of a co-ed nudist witches coven led by a fat warlock on a moped.
Love everything about this.
Yes. Okay. Don't ask me how, or okay, go ahead and ask. I'll try and answer. But when I went away to college, I got swept up in this group of weirdos who were really into witchcraft and vampirism.
Okay.
Vampirism? I think so. We played this IRL live action role playing game about vampires, Masquerade, and all had alternative vampire identities. Some of us drink each other's blood. Speaking of blood, it's a blood
No.
episode, everyone.
Ew.
See, that's with consent. I bet they had blood in the refrigerator. Additionally, we joined a coven led by this older, I don't know that word, lecherous?
Mm.
Hold on, I need to know what this word is. Please excuse me. Huh? Yuck. Not yuck. I'm not yucking people's yums. Having or showing excessive or offensive sexual desire.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
all right. Long-haired fat dude who loitered around campus stalking girls on his moped. Okay. He lived with his grandma in her pretty dope Victorian house. It became our unofficial crash pad, and we'd go there to drink, get high, hold seances, cast spells, and do other freaky bullshit. Fat Warlock was really good, had really good weed, and would make everyone smoke it out of a pink ceramic bong shaped like a penis, because of course he did. After everyone got super high, he'd borrow his grandma's station wagon, of course she had one, and drive us to a city park after midnight, then encourage us all to get naked and form a coven circle and dance around the pale moon so our energy would be intensified. Sometime we'd drop acid, take ecstasy, and drink mushroom tea before we did this. It was all fun and games until one night one of the warlocks, who went by Satan Z, got too fucked up and attacked his girlfriend with a kitchen knife. He had to call the cops, and Moped Guy went to jail for all the drug paraphernalia he had on him and contributing to the delinquency since most of us were underage. Without his blessed guidance, our little cult petered out. Good times.
Fat Warlock should be a name of a band. That is so funny.
So funny. And just calling it not the
Nope, just Fat
his name is
Warlock.
just Fat Warlock. Oh shit. That brought me so much joy.
Not the drinking other people's blood, because that's just
Not
dirty.
drinking.
Not dirty, but like
Please
that's
don't attack
dangerous.
people. Yeah, and don't attack people with kitchen knives, please.
And yeah.
But the rest of it kind of signed me up at 31, you know? Why is it always the college kids who get to do fun stuff? Get me
and
in
also,
there.
how old was Fat Warlock that he was lurking on the college kids?
Seemed old. Oh, just older. So I'd say, okay, if it's a college kid talking, 26.
True. I was gonna say like 24, 25. Yeah, like barely out of college.
Around there.
Oh, that's
But
so
going
funny.
to old grandma's Victorian house, heck yeah.
Oh,
I think
love Grandma in this story. Actually,
I know. Fun is wasted on the young.
it is. Okay, that was a really fun episode. So that was
Really
Oops All
was.
Opinions, episode 23. I'm relaxed. That's that one chick. And if they hated our opinion on witches and witchcraft, what can they do with it?
They can take their period blood and
Mm.
make themselves a circle and then argue with themselves and all the ghosts or maybe schizophrenic thoughts by themselves in a room
Love it. 10 out of
at the
10.
Victorian house.
Rate and review us. Give us 5 stars for this episode. Comment why you
Yes, please.
loved us so much, or tell us that you don't love us and that we're wrong. That's okay. We'll read it live. Am
Yes.
I
If you give
missing
us
anything?
5 stars,
Yes. Good point.
5 stars, and then say whatever you want.
100%. Okay.
I think that's
Well,
it.
vote for the next episode. We're going to do Ghost. So you don't have to vote, but we're going to do
If
Ghost.
you guys don't vote, we're doing ghosts.
Yes. So, but thanks for hanging out with us, listening to our witchy tales, and we will talk to you next time.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye bye.